Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here. Today we're gonna talk about transition words. How do they work and why are they so important in your copywriting? So basically, transition words tell you how one thing relates to another, right? It's a way to make your text more readable, more flowish. No one likes those weird text that goes like in chunks, like pa pa pa, and you don't understand anything and they're so complicated. So transition words help you relate one thing to another. Has this ever happened to you where you're reading something and you don't know like how this thing relates to this other thing, right? And in copywriting, we need to do that a lot, especially in articles, right? Where we want to give a new perspective, a different way of seeing things, right? To relate things to another. So we can use these transition words to have a more flow, and it also helps you out with your SEO, your search engine optimization. So if you put more transition words into your articles, you have a higher chance to rank higher on Google organic searches, right? So we're gonna see some of the most common and how to use these transition words. So I made this Google document that I'm gonna share with you guys for free, in which I put all the effective transition words you can use. So basically, how words and sentences relate to increase readability, to make it more flowish, right? So the text flows by itself and I know what's happening. Okay, the most common ones that you already use are and, but, and or. You use them every time, everywhere. So I put it by categories, right? Like if you want to compare something, use these ones. If you want to make some contrast, cause and effect, because, since, therefore, as a result. If you want to illustrate or give some examples, you can use all of this. In this way, your text is going to be more friendly, right? And the more friendly it is, the easier it is to read, and the more probability that people are going to read until the end, where there is the call to action, right? And that's everything about copy, right? You want people to make them take certain action. So if you don't make a text that it's readable, that has some flow with it, they're not gonna get until the end and buy or make the action that you want. Subscribe, link, click the link, convert, basically. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take these words and this Word document and use it in your copy, in a copy that you have already done, and look for the places that you could apply some of them and they could look better, make it more fluid, right? So for example, let's say I'm gonna give you like an extreme example here so you can see the true power of it. Let's say that how like a tree, sorry for my drawings, relates to, let's say, cup of coffee, right? Let's assume this is a cup of coffee. If you have imagination, right? So I could say like I I love sitting under trees, right? But how does a tree relates to a cup of coffee, right? It is kind of weird. So you're gonna see here and say, do I wanna compare or contrast them, right? Like similarly to a cup of coffee, it could be. Likewise, I love coffee also. Cause and effect. I love sitting under trees because once I drank a cup of coffee under a tree and it was amazing. Or I love trees as a result of being a coffee lover. You see, you're kind of trying to put two things together, but I'm giving you like a really weird example so you can get it's way easier to understand it, right? So if I want to give an example, like let's say for instance, so I love sitting under a tree, for instance, going to my backyard and sitting there and writing. You see? Or moreover, clarification. Maybe say I love sitting under trees. To put it in other ways, I love sitting and relaxing just like with a cup of coffee. To clarify, I'm putting myself on the spot here, guys. I love sitting under trees almost, could be almost as much as coffee. Right? You see, you're relating two things that had nothing in common, right? Trees and coffee has nothing to be in common, right? So you're comparing whatever you want and you're making your copy more easy to read. In conclusion, as you can see, all these words are really powerful, or like my friend Frank Sinatra said, in other words. But here, guys, I'm gonna use this example so you can stop overdoing it. Like this singer says, in other words, 1,000 times, right? You can see it over and over again. Obviously, this is a song, but it's a really good example of why you shouldn't overdo them. I'm gonna give you some more example, guys, so it's more clear. Also, guys, if yeah, a lot of SEO softwares are gonna tell you to use more transition words, so you can get the ones that I show you and use them. Let's say I ran home. I got there just in time. If you see this sentence, it doesn't make quite sense, right? Like, you can understand it, but it doesn't have this flow, this readability, this easiness. So we're gonna add I ran home and I got there just in time. Right? You see what a little tweak with just this word and makes it way easier to read. Right, guys? I ran home and I got there just in time. We're gonna see another cool example. I ran home. I was still late. It sounds like a robot, right? And when you write copy and it feels like a robot, it feels like a machine doing it, like it doesn't make sense, you immediately assume it's spam, right? A lot of people, if they see text like these ones, they're gonna assume you're spamming them, like you're not a person. And the thing about copywriting, guys, is talking from one person to another. It doesn't matter if you're writing copy for millions of people. Copy is read one person at a time, right? Every person needs to feel like the message is for them, that it's easy to read, and that it's made by another honest person, because you need to build trust. You need to build trust with your copy. And when you see it all choppy and weird, people are gonna trust less. And the number one factor about people buying is trust. So I ran home, home, but but I was still late. You see, a really small tweak. I ran home, but I was still late. Really powerful, guys. So apply all your transition words. I'm gonna share with you this document so you have it in your arsenal, in your toolbox, and you can access it whenever you feel that your copy is going too slow, too choppy, right? So go ahead, improve your copy with these little powerful tweaks. I'm telling you, guys, if you use these transition words, you're going to improve your conversions, you're going to improve your sales, your effectiveness, your SEOs, without having to invest so much. Just try to use them. Don't overuse them. You're not going to tell them because and since in every single paragraph, but is gonna make it way easier and more effective to read. So that's it for today, guys. If you wanna see more of these trainings in the future, please subscribe down below, and thanks for watching. Peace.